So to start this look, as always, I'm just going to apply a base all over my eyelid, and this is a MAC paint pot, and this colour is called Groundworks, and it's just going to add a really nice subtle colour to my eyelid, as well as helping that eyeshadow stay on a little bit longer. And to blend it in, I'm using my number 9 eyeshadow brush. So this is one of my Eleanor Dawn Makeup eyeshadow brushes. Now the next step of this look is really important, because as you're using loose mineral pigment eyeshadow, you're going to get that little scatter. So sometimes even with normal eyeshadow application, you might want to do this. You know, you sometimes will put eyeshadow on and then you get little bits of drips underneath your eye there. Then you try and wipe it off and it just makes marks across the underneath of your eye. So to avoid this, what I've got here is just a loose translucent powder. And what I'm going to do is apply this, just pop it in underneath the eye. I'm not blending it in, but I'm going to pop this underneath the eye to catch any of that extra shadow, which you'll see at the end of this video. So I've just got my number 6 brush here, and so it's a little bit bigger than a normal eyeshadow brush. And I've just got that loose powder, like so, and I've just really dumped a whole lot onto the brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally just dab it underneath the eye, like that. Now this powder is translucent, so like I said, it's not a big deal. It has no colour to it, but you'll see at the end how this really helps with the eyeshadow application. So we're just going to let that sit there now and then do the rest of our eyes. Now let's get into the really exciting part of this eyeshadow application, which is the eyeshadow itself. So as you can see, I'm using a loose pigment eyeshadow. So it's a loose powder, it's got a lot of shimmer to it, which is awesome. But this can kind of scare some people sometimes because it's loose, it can kind of scatter around everywhere. So it's just a case of knowing the right technique to use to apply this kind of eyeshadow. So I've got a LA Splash loose mineral pigment here, and this colour is called Russet. It's a really nice brown colour with of course a bit of shimmer in there. And I've got my number 13 eyeshadow brush, which I'm going to use to apply this. So first what you're going to do is just dab some onto your brush and maybe give it a little bit of a tap just to get a little bit of excess colour off there. Now I'm going to go in, and you'll see that I'm not being ultra careful with this. I'm just going to go in and dab this all over my eyelid. And like you can see now, you can already see that eyeshadow falling off there. And I'm just patting it on the eyelid. I'm not blending it in, I'm just patting it on the eyelid, just all around there, making a nice shape where I want that colour to go, which is pretty much all over. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to tidy this up a little bit more. So I'm actually going in with my Eleanor Dawn Makeup number 8 brush. It's a blending brush and it's really nice and soft, great for blending in eyeshadow. I use it every day. So with this now, as you can see, I'm going to go in and just focus on those edges. And I'm going to soften them. And I'm just softening the edges, lightly blending like you can see. And I'm actually blending them a little bit outwards, not too high, but just to create a really nice soft edge there. And then what you can do now is you can have a look, and if you want to, just with your finger, you can just kind of quickly wipe any little extra bits you think may have got a little bit too far. You can use a brush with this that has no eyeshadow on it, or just your finger like I do. And now that looks a lot softer and of course a lot tidier than when I first popped that eyeshadow on. So now I'm going to go in and add a little bit more shimmer to this look. Now you can leave it like this, which is a nice deep bronze, but I want to add a little bit more gold and brightness to the eye. So this is another LA Splash mineral pigment, a loose pigment, and this one's called Bronze Platinum. So I've got this loose pigment here, and I've got another one of my number 8 blending brushes. Now you can use any eyeshadow brush for this, but I'm just using this that's on hand. And what I'm doing is I'm just dabbing some of this pigment again onto my brush, so you can see it's really nice and sparkly. And the fun part, and really easy, I'm going to go in and just dab it in the center of my eyelid, like so. And already you can see, wow, it's just popped out that color and really made the eye stand out and add a little bit of shimmer to this look. Now if you want to, you can pop it all over the eye, but I really like how it's a really nice dark bronze and then a really nice gold in the middle that really brings your eye out a little bit more. So for me, I'm happy just to keep it like this. And now just to finish this look off, I really just want to add a little bit more depth to that under eye area. So I'm going to go in with that first pigment I had, that really dark, that nice bronzy color. And I'm just going to add some more of that onto the end of my number 13 brush there. And what I'm going to do is just pop this underneath the eye. So just really gently, I'm just blending it in underneath the eye there, like so. And what I'm going to do is just go in with that number 8 brush and just blend it in a little bit. And this is when you can also check to make sure all those edges are blended in nicely. That's the eyeshadow done. Really quick and easy, 2 different eyeshadow pigments. And now what we're going to do is get rid of this white powder and get rid of all that eyeshadow that fell down underneath. So I've just got my big number 1 powder brush here, and I'm just going to quickly brush. What you can do, if you do have a few bits and pieces that have remained, you can go in really gently with a foundation brush or your concealer brush and just dab on them. But in my case, I haven't had to do much because that powder has really done its work. And now what I do is just pop some layers of mascara on here to just enhance those lashes a little bit more. So this is the finished look, and as you can see and as I've shown you, it's really easy to do, just using 2 types of mineral pigment eyeshadows, the loose ones. And like I've shown you, it's actually really easy to use these. It's not scary, as long as you have your application down pat, so really blending and making sure you've got that color there, and also applying that loose powder underneath, that white translucent powder, to catch anything that's fallen down. Now really key to this look I really like about it is that gold accent in the middle of the eye. So you could do this with some other colors. It could be a silver or even just another contrasting color to what's on the outside, but really have a play with that. With this look, I've just put that mascara on. I haven't added any eyeliner, but if you wanted to, you absolutely could, just to really deepen that look and maybe smoke it up a little bit more. Now, if you have any questions or any videos you'd like to see, or you'd like to see any more of my tutorials, just contact me via my Facebook page or via my website, eleanordawnmakeup.com. Thank you for watching.